Morning. I thought I would pop in and read an excerpt from Pirogue Wipe Out, my latest Big Uneasy, which is releasing the 29th of this month, September, if you're watching this later. I'm excited about this release. I had a really fun time writing this book, and I can't wait for people to read it. And hint, if you want to read it right now, you can buy it direct from me. www.paulinebjones.com. It's right there on the front page. Also, the paperback is available a little bit early. All right, this excerpt's going to be from Gemma Bailey, my heroine's point of view. And this is when we first meet her. And yes, I love the way the thing gives my face an eerie glow. It was September in southern Louisiana, but Muggy was hanging on with serious intent to cause misery as long as it could. It was a good thing that Gemma Bailey knew how far to lower her expectations, even though this part of Louisiana was new to her. When she'd crewed for her dad on The Real Escape, they mostly hung around the Florida coast. Now that he was gone, his co-owner and partner, little Abner Abbott, had apparently decided to expand further along the Gulf Coast, or his charter had persuaded him. Gemma eased her cell phone a little further from her ear in hopes of catching a random breeze off the bayou. "That sounds perfect, Sarah," Gemma said. "I'll keep an eye out for your guy, but I don't think he'll have trouble finding us." She could see the highway from where she stood on the flight deck as they made their way up the bayou. She rang off and turned as little Abner joined her. "That was Blue Bayou Catering," she said, giving him a smile, while trying not to notice how old he looked this summer. "Our charter will have his special meal for his special guest. It's coming by special courier not long after we dock." Which Blaine is paying for? It wasn't really a question, and little Abner wasn't little. He was pushing 70 and a crusty stereotype of an old sea dog, but underestimate him at your peril. It might be a cliche, but he was as shrewd as the day was long. When her dad passed away last year, she had inherited his share of the real escape, but it wasn't like she could sail off with her half. Little Abner couldn't afford to buy her out, so they pretended she was his new partner, and she worked charters with him when she could. The rest of the time, she managed the finances. "Blaine is paying through the nose for everything," Gemma said serenely, and heard him chuckle. If Blaine kept anteing up, they might be in the black this year. Gemma hadn't trusted the lawyer hoping to turn reality host on sight, or even on second sight. Raymond Blaine's credit check was a bit concerning, so she had insisted he pay each week of the charter upfront and in cash. "You got a better head for business than your old man," he said, a softer edge to his usual gruff. "Dad loved this," Gemma said. Fish Bailey had been as much a character as little Abner, but in a different way. Fish. Gemma mentally paused to consider her father. Death was a funny thing. She had learned more about him after he had died than from living with him. It was, she decided, a matter of perspective. She had had none, or not much, as his daughter. But he'd gradually become a person when she'd had to go through his things and unravel his life. He'd lived his life well below his mental abilities. It was only after that she realized what an eccentric genius he'd been. His occasional trips to lecture or research a topic that interested him had been a part of the fabric of their life, so she had viewed them as entirely normal. It was probably the one trait that she could see that she shared with him, an insatiable curiosity for knowing things. His quirky sense of humor had hidden this, but the most discerning, or from people who'd known him a long time. To the casual observer, Fish and little Abner were like a comedy routine, with little Abner as the straight man. She knew little Abner missed Fish as much as she did, but neither was good at expressing it. They'd left Coquetry early and went motoring up the bayou in the direction of Shark's Landing. They were going to meet the courier and his special guest before they got that far north. It was definitely odd, but odd was not that unusual in the charter business. "He's still asleep?" Gemma asked. Little Abner shrugged. "As far as I can tell, she's sunbathing." His gaze flicked up, indicating she was above them on the fishing bridge. I hope she's dressed this time. Apparently, Blaine's companion Ashley thought that up meant private. Mostly, little Abner said, rolling his eyes. He didn't approve of modern ways. And to be fair, he didn't have to. His boat, his rules. I suppose I should get breakfast going. Gemma sighed. It was hard to get excited about it when their guests were both clearly underwhelmed by her offerings. Not that she blamed them. They'd made full disclosure about the food before confirming the booking. The galley was small, and Gemma was not a chef. Neither was little Abner. All they'd promised was not to starve them. Hence the catering booking, she assumed. Blaine needed a special meal for his special guest. Gemma didn't tell them she suffered along with them. She liked good food too. She just couldn't seem to produce it. It was like the opposite of a green thumb, only with food. An unflowered thumb? Little Abner's grin was sympathetic. He didn't care one way or another. She assumed his taste buds had died a long time ago. Little Abner could cook fish, and they did when the charters caught some. But Blaine didn't even pretend to be fishing. They had been traversing the Gulf Coast in search of mythical creatures that Blaine didn't believe were mythical. The lawyer wanted to become a reality show host. I'll stop there, but I hope you'll check it out. PaulineBJones.com. Official release is the 29th of September, but you can buy it from me directly right now or get your paperback copy. Hope you have a great weekend. Bye.